The phone buzzed on the nightstand like a trapped wasp, its screen slicing through the darkness of our bedroom at 2:17 a.m. My heart lurched before I even touched it. Sarah's name glowed there, but the preview of her message hit me like a gut punch. I'm traveling with my ex, we'll share a bed in a private room, but trust me. The words blurred as I sat up, the sheets tangling around my legs like accusations. How could she send this? Was it a joke? A test? My fingers trembled as I unlocked the screen, the cool glass mocking my sweat-slicked palms. I stared at the full text thread, the blue bubbles stacking like evidence in a trial I never saw coming. It was meant for her best friend, Mia, that much was clear from the context she'd typed earlier about girl talk. But autocorrect or a sleepy thumb had betrayed her, routing it to me instead. Conference in Vegas got messed up, flights delayed, hotels overbooked. Ended up rooming with Jake. Private suite, one bed, but it's fine. We're ancient history. Love you, talk soon. Ancient history. Jake, the ex from college she'd sworn was just a ghost when we got engaged last year. My chest tightened, a vice of confusion and rage squeezing out rational thought. Sarah, my Sarah, the woman who'd cried in my arms over her parents' divorce, vowing she'd never play games with trust. How could this be real? I didn't sleep. The clock ticked like a bomb, each second amplifying the storm in my head. Part of me wanted to call her, scream into the void of whatever hotel room she was in, but fear glued my tongue. What if she laughed it off? What if she didn't? By dawn, the room smelled of stale coffee and my own anxiety sweat. I paced the hardwood floors, the chill seeping through my socks, replaying our life like a fractured film reel. We'd met at a mutual friend's wedding 3 years ago, her laugh cutting through the chaos, her hand brushing mine during the toast. She'd been honest then about Jake, how he'd cheated on her senior year, leaving her shattered. I learned from that pain, she'd said, eyes fierce. I'd never inflict it. Yet here I was, doubting everything. Her flight wasn't due back until evening, so I dove into the abyss of her social media, a masochistic ritual. Nothing overt, no tagged photos with him, but subtle shadows. A story from yesterday, her silhouette against a neon Vegas sign, captioned Unexpected Adventures. Likes from Jake's account, that smug profile pic of him in a suit. My stomach churned. I texted Mia, casual as I could, "Hey, Sarah mention anything about her trip?" The reply came quick, "Yeah, sounds fun. Roommate drama." Roommate. Singular bed. Trust me, she'd said. But trust was fracturing like cheap glass under my feet. The day dragged, each hour layer of unease peeling back. At work, I stared at spreadsheets, numbers blurring into accusations. Colleagues chatted about weekends. I nodded mechanically, my mind elsewhere. What if it was innocent? Hotels screw up bookings all the time, separate beds promised, king bed delivered. But sharing with an ex. The man who'd once broken her. My love for her warred with this gnawing doubt. I rationalized it away in loops. She's stressed from the conference, I told myself, pouring a third coffee that tasted like ash. She's not like that. But guilt flickered too. Had I been distant lately, buried in my own job? Was this payback for the late nights I'd spent ignoring her texts? By afternoon, I couldn't hold it in. I called her, phone pressed to my ear in the parking lot, the sun baking the car like a confession booth. It rang twice before she picked up, her voice bright but edged with something. Fatigue? "Hey babe, miss you already. Flight's on time." "Sarah," I said, voice steadier than I felt, "got your text. About Jake." Silence stretched, thick as the desert air she was probably breathing. Then a soft intake of breath. "Oh God, Mark. That wasn't for you. Autocorrect glitch or something, I meant to send to Mia. Share a bed. Trust me." The words tumbled out, anger bubbling under confusion. "What the hell?" "It's not what you think," she rushed, her tone pleading, laced with that familiar warmth that always melted me. "The hotel double-booked. Jake's here for the same tech conference. Pure coincidence. They gave us a suite with one king bed. We're adults. Nothing happened." I crashed on the couch pull-out. The couch. Relief flickered, but suspicion doused it. Why not get separate rooms? Call me sooner. I didn't want to worry you over nothing. Jake and we're friends now, sort of. He apologized years ago for the past. It's professional. Friends. Professional. Her words hung, revealing cracks I'd ignored, the late-night work calls she'd mentioned, the way she'd smile at her phone sometimes. My heart pounded, a mix of love and betrayal churning like acid. I trust you, I lied, but doubt poisoned it. We ended the call with strained I love yous, her voice cracking just enough to haunt me. Evening came, the airport pick-up a tense ritual. I waited at arrivals, the hum of travelers a dull roar against my throbbing temples. She emerged, wheeling her suitcase, hair tousled from the flight, eyes searching for me with that smile, genuine or performative. We hugged, her perfume mixing with unfamiliar scents. Casino smoke, maybe his cologne? I'm so sorry, she whispered into my shoulder, body trembling slightly. Guilt. Or fear of getting caught. At home, the house felt alien, our cozy living room with its faded couch where we'd binge-watched shows, now a stage for interrogation. She unpacked, chattering about panels and keynotes, avoiding my gaze. Jake's changed, she said finally, folding clothes with precise movements. He's married now, actually. Kids. It was platonic. Married. The word should have soothed, but it ignited rage. Platonic people don't share beds with exes. My voice rose, echoing off the walls. Tears welled in her eyes, real, raw, mirroring my own confusion. Mark, I love you. It was a mistake not telling you directly. I was scared you'd overreact. Overreact. The inner war raged, forgive and rebuild, or dig deeper. That night, in bed, she reached for me, her touch seeking reassurance. I pulled away, feigning exhaustion, but sleep evaded us both. Her breathing evened out eventually, but I lay staring at the ceiling, fragments of trust splintering. Days blurred into a slow erosion. Small things gnawed, a new notification tone on her phone, quick glances away when I entered the room. I confessed my snooping to myself in the mirror, moral lines blurring. One evening, wine loosening tongues, she opened up about Jake, not the betrayal I expected, but her own buried guilt. He didn't cheat on me back then, she admitted, voice small, swirling her glass. I cheated on him. With his best friend. That's why it ended so messily. I've carried that shame forever. The confession hit like a freight train, heartbreak twisting into understanding, then anger anew. She'd painted herself the victim, but layers peeled back, her fear of vulnerability, the moral grey of youth's mistakes echoing now. Why tell me this? I asked, voice hollow. Because I see the doubt in your eyes. And, sharing that room stirred old feelings. Not love, but regret. I denied it to myself. Denial shattered. But was there more? Suspense coiled tighter as I noticed charges on our joint card, late-night room service for two, a bar tab timestamped after her early night. Confrontation brewed, quiet moments of unease exploding one rain-lashed night. Did you sleep with him? I demanded, thunder rumbling like my pulse. She crumbled, tears streaming. No. Yes. A kiss. Guilt hit instantly. I stopped it. A kiss. Shattered trust cascaded, love fracturing under guilt's weight. But the twist gutted me deepest. Scrolling her phone later, in a fit of desperate proof, I found texts not to Jake, but from my own brother. Can't wait for next time, one read. The Vegas trip. A cover. Her infidelity wasn't with the ex, it was with family, the ultimate betrayal born from my brother's resentment of our happiness, her loneliness in our drifting apart. I confronted them both, the room spinning in cinematic horror. Rain pattering windows, her sobs, his denials. Trust annihilated, yet in the wreckage, a stark reflection. My own blindness, our shared moral frailties. Love lingered like a ghost, but the bed we shared now felt poisoned forever. Stunned, I walked out into the storm, heart a battlefield of forgiveness and fury, wondering if betrayal's scar would ever heal.